What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope you're all doing fantastic. And today we're gonna continue and begin with the new story. It's the Atavism of Tom Little Bear. So let's do this. There's a note before the story. O. Henry thought this the best of the Jeff Peters stories, and the rest of which are included in the Gentle Grafter, except Cupid a la carte in the heart of the West. Alright, I saw a light in Jeff Peters' room over the red front drug store. I hastened toward it, for I had not known that Jeff was in town. He is a man of the Hadji breed of 100 occupations, with a story to tell, when he will, of each one. I found Jeff repacking his grip for a run down to Florida to look at an orange grove for which he had traded a month before his mining claim on the Yukon. He kicked me a chair with the same old humorous, profound smile on his seasoned countenance. It had been 8 months since we had met, but his greeting was such as men pass from day to day. Time is Jeff's servant, and the continent is big lot across which he cuts to his many roads. For a while we skirmished along. The ages of unprofitable talk, which culminated in that unquiet problem of the Philippines. All them tropical races, said Jeff, could be run out better with their own jockeys up. That tropical man knows what he wants. All he wants is a season ticket to the cockfights and a pair of Western Union climbers to go up to the breadfruit tree. The Anglo-Saxon man wants him to learn to conjugate and wear suspenders. He'll be happiest in his own way. I was shocked. Education, man, I said, is the watchword. In time they will rise to our standard of civilization. Look at what education has done for the Indian. Ho ho, said Jeff, lighting his pipe, which was a good sign. Yes, the Indian I'm looking. I hasten to contemplate. The red man as a standard bearer of progress. He's the same as the other brown boys. You can't make an Anglo-Saxon of him. Did I ever tell you about the time my friend John Tom Little Bear beat off the right ear of the arts of culture and education, and spun the teetotum back round to where it was when Columbus was a little boy? I did not. John Tom Little Bear was an educated Cherokee Indian and an old friend of mine when I was in the territories. He was a graduate of one of the eastern football colleges that have been so successful in teaching the Indian to use the gridiron instead of burning his victims at the stake. As an Anglo-Saxon, John Tom was copper-colored in spots. As an Indian, he was one of the whitest men I ever knew. As a Cherokee, he was a gentleman of the first blood. As a ward of the nation, he was mighty hard to carry the primaries. Hard to carry the primaries. John Tom and me got together and began to make medicine. How to get up some lawful, gentle swindle, which we might work in a quiet way so as not to excite the stupidity of the police or the cupidity of the larger corporations. We had close upon $500 between us, and we pinned to make it grow, as all respectable capitalists do. So we figured out a proposition which seems to be as honorable as a gold mine prospectus, and as profitable as a church raffle. And inside of 30 days, you find us swarming into Kansas with a pair of fluent horses and a red camping wagon on the European plan. John Tom is chief, Wish Hep Dove, the famous Indian medicine man and Samaritan Sachem of the Seven Tribes. Mr. Peters is business manager and half owner. We needed a third man, so we looked around and found G. Cunningham Binkley leaning against the want column of a newspaper. This Binkley has a disease for Shakespearean roles and hallucination. No idea. About a 209th run of the New York stage, but he confesses that he never could earn the butter to spread on his William S. role, so he's willing to drop to the ordinary baker's kind and be satisfied with a 200-mile run behind the medicine ponies. Besides Richard III, he could do 27 coon songs, and banjo specialties, and was willing to cook and curry the horses. We carried a fine line of excuses for taking money. One was a magic soap for removing grease, spots, and quarters from clothes. One was a samwata, the great Indian remedy, made from a prayer herb revealed by the Great Spirit in a dream to his favorite medicine man, the great chiefs Margarity and Silverstein, Butler's Chicago, and the other was a frivolous system of pickpocketing, the Kansasters, that had the department stores reduced to a decimal fraction. Look, yeah, a pair of silk gathers, a dream book, 1 dozen clothes pins, a gold tooth, and when knighthood was in flower, all wrapped up in a genuine Japanese silkarina handkerchief, and handed to the handsome lady by Mr. Peters for the trivial sum of 50 cents, while Professor Binkley entertains us in a 3-minute round with the banjo. Right, guys, the story goes on. and we're gonna continue with the second part tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. See you. Bye.